Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode with me, Shashank Gadupa. And in today's episode, we are going to touch upon a little bit of swing trading today. But obviously, without fundamental swing trading is not complete for me. So today we are going to identify 3 to 4 Techno Funda picks. Now, what is Techno Funda? Please understand. When a company does really well fundamentally, we all know that that is great. And fundamentally it'll go up, earnings will catch up, everything is great. But you should also be able to find the right entry point and the right exit point. I usually like buying stocks that are close to all-time high breakout, but we don't know what is a real breakout and what is a fake breakout. But if the breakout is backed by fundamentals, then the chances of winning and the chances of success go up drastically. Right? So if I'm only a technical trader, I will buy at all-time high, take an exit at 4-5%. If I'm only a fundamental trader, I would buy very low levels, but maybe I have to wait for a long period of time for it to reach all-time high. If I'm a techno funda trader, I know exactly at all-time high it has come. I will go do some research on the fundamental side and understand why it has actually broken out as well. So that is what we're going to look at in today's episode. We're going to look at 3 to 4 to 5 different companies, and I will explain both the technical side and the fundamental side as well. So I hope you guys are ready. But before we begin, as you know, we've been creating content for a very long period of time. So I hope you can take 1 second out of your busy schedule and just click on that subscribe button. It'll really help us a lot as well. Again, it's a big request for all of you guys. It would be great if you do it. No compulsion on that. Awesome. Chalo, let's quickly begin. So first things first is I usually try to identify companies that are sitting at all-time high breakouts, right? So I like companies that are sitting at all-time high breakouts. And if you see this company today, again, please note none of this is a buy or sell recommendation. I'm only trying to show you how a techno funda play actually happens. Now, if you look at this company, this is called Wockhardt Pharma. Recently, you would have seen it all over the news. It gave a massive breakout. And you can see here that it gave very good result here at the result time. And it also gave HVY. HVY is highest volume in the year. That means volume spike to has come. Means a lot of people have entered this. It basically gave a breakout over here, PED, what is called that post earnings drift. It came up here, made a rounding base, waited till it actually connected with all the EMAs, as you can see here. It waited till it connected all the EMAs, and after that it actually broke out on the news. And now if you actually see it from a long-term chart perspective, you can see it here from a long-term chart perspective, it has come to a breakout zone. If I check out weekly perspective, you will see here on a weekly time frame, this is the breakout zone. So can I say that this has taken a very long time to actually break out? It's taken a very long time to break out, and that is why now I want to see that after 2012, it has broken it now in 2026. Now I'm trying to understand two things. Breakout to theek hai, right? It can be a fake breakout also, but I want to check if the breakout is sustainable, if the breakout is going fundamentally, and is there some fundamental thesis attached to this breakout. So for that, we will start coming into the fundamental element of things. If you look at the fundamental element here, you will suddenly see that the stock P doesn't look attractive. It is sitting at 119. Even the market cap to sales is sitting at 10 times over here, not attractive again. And if you look at the industry P is quite low. So again, I'm not happy with these things. So basically, I can say that this is definitely slightly overvalued. And PEG ratio, if you see, which is the growth ratio, that is also sitting at 2.74. So what is happening in this company that it actually triggered such a big rise, right? So when we go down here, and this is the history of the chart, but when we go down here, you will recently see that some news has come in, okay? And what I've done is I've tried to break it down in very simple terms on what has actually happened in each stock. So let me show you what has happened in this stock, okay? Okay, so basically what happened with this company, let me explain. So the Wockhardt Pharma basically had a massive trigger for a drug called Zynic, okay? So Zynic basically is a new drug that they basically launched, NCE kind of approval they got. So FDA gave them approval for this drug called Zynic, and this unlocks a $7 billion TAM, which is the total addressable market. And basically what happens in pharma companies, they spend a lot of time to research about new drugs, new molecules. And when it actually comes and gets approval, the amount of money they can make just starts catapulting quite high, right? So even the modest penetration is transformative for a company pivoting from losses to profitability. So if you actually see this company over here, right, if I actually go back here and I show you the company's revenue numbers, if I just zoom out a little bit and I show you the revenue numbers coming here. Yeah, here you will see that the company has been moving from 2021. It has made so much revenue. It has gone to 3,200, 2,600, 2,700 and 3,000, right? So this is how the company's revenue has basically grown over a long period of time. But again, if you ask me, if you look at the sales growth has been very, very, very poor, and it has not definitely been great at all from this perspective, right? And if you see the company's profitability over here, the profitability also doesn't look great. If you see the profitability over here, it is minus 600, minus 400, minus 57, and plus 199 as of now. So it is again not very great from that perspective. So that is why I said it was doing really bad. It was not doing very great, and that is something we are now trying to look at and understand whether it is going to change or not. So this revenue potential for this drug, even if they get 1% share in this drug, the revenue potential goes up to 600 to 700 crores on the top line perspective. Today, Wockhardt is making approximately 3,300 crores and they are just turning profitable, which is 199 crores. But if this actually plays out, then the revenue potential for them becomes quite aggressive and quite drastic from that perspective. And that is why they are looking at this drug, and that is why the whole fundamental breakout basically even happened for this particular drug, right? Second thing, if you see the innovations margin, whenever a company comes out with a new innovation drug, because it's their own innovation, the margins are usually 40 to 50% on EBITDA. Okay, so that is something that is beautiful, and that is a loss to profit trajectory. So if you look at the pipeline and if you look at the approval here, this is what it means, and this is the pipeline over here, right? So very interesting company, very interesting segment that is doing very well on this perspective. Then we come to the second company. Now, second company is a company called GE Vernova. Now, again, I will show you the company. Again, it's a beautiful. Again, please don't take anything as a buy or sell recommendation. This is only from a learning perspective. So if you see GE Vernova over here, you will see from a technical standpoint, it is currently in prime momentum, as they call it. It is very beautiful momentum. And you can see here that this is the moving average. You can see here how it keeps respecting the moving average. And whenever it comes to the moving average, it kind of creates this jump going forward. And if you look at this from a long-term perspective as well, this company has been a return driver as of now. So GE Vernova obviously is very strong when it comes to the company. Why? Because they are in the futuristic AI segment, as everyone talks about it. So AI, if you see AI, the entire layer starts with energy, then it has infrastructure layer, then it has the chips layer, then it has your optics, packaging, connectivity layer, and then it has the basic application layer. So the first layer is basically your energy layer. And energy layer is where GE Vernova comes in. Because today, people keep talking about nuclear. Nuclear is 15 years away. Small modular reactors, SMRs they're called, they're 15 years away. So they're very, very, very far. So till the SMRs come in, till we find a sustained source of revenue, lot of companies today are still working on gas. And for gas, you need turbines, right? So that is where TD Power Systems, GE Vernova, all of these guys come in, because they provide the power infrastructure for these data centers across the world. Yes, there is another company called Bloom Energy working on fuel oxide cells. So that is a different form of energy. This is a different form of energy. But GE Vernova is currently priced mainly because they have 55% year-on-year order backlog. They have 86 billion rupees of order intake, again 188% year-on-year growth. They have a massive capex plan, and they're maintaining 20% EBITDA, mid-20s EBITDA. And in India, there is a play that is happening called HVDC. HVDC is basically very few companies are doing this, because very few companies can actually afford to do this. We have different transmission lines. We have 400, we have 700, we have HVDC coming in as well, which is even more premium. So all of this, India has obviously not fast-tracked this, but this is something that is required for long transmission lines. So HVDC ka prime beneficiary is this guy. There's another company called Quality Power. They also basically benefit from this as well, and that is why you see both of these companies are pretty much flying. So this is a pure play company working on grid modernization, but because GE Vernova is also a global listed company, they are also making a good benefit from this side as well. Now, if you look at GE Vernova, again, first we saw the technicals. We said, okay, technicals are good. Now we will look at fundamentals. Now, if you look at fundamentals, what are some obvious things that I'm catching? One is it is sitting at 99.3 PE. 99.3 PE matlab they are basically overvalued from quite a good perspective. So even if I take forward multiples and forward earnings, they are quite overvalued from that perspective, right? That is number one. Second is you will see that the market cap to sales is also 20.5. So again, slightly higher end on that perspective. PEG ratio 0.2. That means so much growth is yet to come because they have so much backlogs. That means people are pricing this perfectly from the futuristic standpoint. But that also means for me today as a swing trader, the upside is very limited. But even if I think about taking positions over here, I would have to be extremely careful going forward, because any bad quarter, I can start going into a decline. And this happened with a company called Schneider Electric. If you see, this company is in lower circuit from the last few days. They were already sitting at 120 PE and above. As you can see, they were sitting at 140 PE. and then they gave a very bad guidance, very bad quarter and a very bad guidance. And because of that, the stock is in a continuous lower circuit position. So this is the other problem that I basically see. Then there's another company in the defense space called Solar Industries. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. So if you look at Solar Industries, again, it is in beautiful momentum and it is coming towards its breakout zone as well. So Solar Industries, as you can see at this point, has given a breakout. If I check the 1 week chart, let me just go to the 1 week chart and show you. This is the weekly chart only. Okay. If I check the weekly chart, definitely there is a nice breakout happening. A rounding base got created here and we have the breakout at the higher level. So both of it are very good. If I check the daily chart, you can see the daily chart also has done a nice rounding base and we have a lot of volume coming in here. As you can see, a lot of HVYs, HVQs, highest volume in the quarter, highest volume in the quarter, highest volume. So that means participation is there and that is why this company is doing quite well. But what is the fundamental play here? If you look at the fundamental play, 40% revenue growth, defense space. So it's in the defense upcycle. Defense target revenue from 2022 to 2027, they're saying double revenue target. FY27 revenue target, they are saying we will reach 14,000 crores, right? 30% guided growth. They have the counter drone system called Bhargavastra, one of the very few that has it globally. Defense is doubling, 30% growth, HMX, RADX, TNT, everything basically in explosives. And that is why this company is commanding obviously a premium for its entire premium players, right? Now, if you see the fundamentals of this company, you will again see that it is sitting at 98, 99 P. Okay, market cap to sales is 17. So again, from a Techno Funda standpoint, again, I have to be very careful because technically it is breaking, but will it actually capture the 100% growth story? If it captures the 100% growth story, today for me, I'm buying it at 50p. So is that sustainable or not? In my book, it is usually not very sustainable, but if they keep executing the way they are executing, which is like mind-blowingly execution is going on right now, beautiful execution from the 7-8 quarters. If they continue to execute like this, then definitely this company, from a Techno Funda standpoint, will start looking very, very attractive. Then comes the last company that we will talk about today. And this company is called Bajaj Consumer. Okay, as I said, none of these is a buy or sell recommendation, so don't get too overexcited. Let me open Bajaj Consumer. Okay, so you can see Bajaj Consumer here. Let me show you how this chart looks like. So Bajaj Consumer was pretty much dead for a very long period of time. And now you can see that Bajaj Consumer has now actually broken a very long support. Look at this. 2013 support it has broken, or resistance it has broken, and now it has started moving in the right direction, and now it has given a very good breakout. What I also like is this momentum coming from this joint. Look at this momentum coming from here. Strong momentum. But what is it? Why is it? What is happening? That we don't know. So let's understand a little bit more, because technically it has gone up, but fundamentally we need to see Techno Funda wise what is happening. So if you look at the Bajaj Consumer Care here, we see that they're guiding for 30% sales growth. So they basically are a consumer player by Bajaj, and they make oil, right? They make oil. That's where most of the revenue comes from. But they got a very strong season. Inflation adjusted will also give them good returns. Their hair oil segment has started growing in 20% because of core holding is very strong for them. They're expecting 1,000 bips of margin improvement as well. EBITDA margin is 23% versus 13% earlier. So suddenly everything is looking very good, and they're also building new power brands as well. So now they have gone into that zone that now we are going to scale very fast. We are done with our boring old growth rate. Now we are going to go very fast. Now, if I open the fundamentals of this company, as you can see here, if you see the fundamentals look very good here. 38p, right? 6 market cap to sales. 1 year returns has gone up a lot. PEG ratio is a little high, but the company is still available at 38p compared to the listed peers at 39p, which is your other companies, right? So then if fundamentally it is good, technically it is giving a year out breakout, and there is a turnaround happening in the last 2 quarters, this is something where I can plan for a good risk reward ratio. As I said, Techno Funda is where fundamental has to marry technicals. In the first 3 examples, I showed you that fundamentals were there, but technicals were overvalued. In this example, the fundamental and technical are fairly valued. So then we can think about future positions like this, right? But again, nothing of this is for a buy and sell. Please understand, everything here that I'm showing you is only and only for learning purpose. Don't get overexcited and go buy. Okay? Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll keep doing more such swing trading videos as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys liked this. And if you did, please click on the subscribe button. It'll really help our channel going forward. This is me, Shashank Garupa, signing off. Take care. See you guys. Bye-bye.